Hey, now it's the Rob from 1061 KISS FM here with my tag team partner in podcasting.
Hey guys, it's me, Steve, web contributor to 1061 evansville.com.
Now, unfortunately, shortly after we wrapped up our last episode on Thursday, what I feel is probably the biggest news story to happen post-WrestleMania broke. Just several hours after committing our last episode to YouTube of Post to Post, we are finding out that Seth Rollins injures his ACL, his knee essentially, while wrestling in Dubai. I believe he was wrestling Kevin Owens.
Kane.
Okay, thank you, Kane.
Yes.
That makes sense. He pulls, I don't know, he injures his ACL. He's the reigning WWE champion, and the only thing we know is that there's going to be some sort of tournament at Survivor Series.
Yes.
Now, maybe I was being foolish in thinking this would be an awesome one-night Deadly Games style tournament. That's where my head went, and I think a lot of wrestling fans' heads went there. They haven't done one of those in so long. I don't know why. They seem to be so anti-tournament, since 2000, really. Like they a handful of King of the Rings, but those one-night tournaments just don't happen anymore. Yeah. And I was reminiscing about the Deadly Games Survivor Series in 1998 and just how awesome that was. How many angles it started, how many wrestlers got over in it, and just how entertaining it was to watch. And in my head, these delusions of grandeur just filling my head. It's like, this could be so great. This could happen. There's a surprise here. Great. And then I find out that on Monday, which I was a Raw I was so excited for. I wanted to know what was going to happen with this tournament. I find out it's going to be taking place and culminating at Survivor Series. It's going to be taking place on Raw and SmackDown before that. So my dreams of having a cool big tournament at Survivor Series unfortunately dashed. What do you make of the situation, Steve?
I think they would have went the Deadly Games way, except for they put so much emphasis on The Undertaker. They can't remove that match from Survivor Series, and I think the Deadly Games would take away from that.
Well, Deadly Games had other matches outside of the tournament as well. I don't think that'd be so bad. You could, in my opinion, keep the Undertaker and Bray Wyatt thing going and have the tournament at the same time, in my opinion.
But that means writing two big stories at one time, which WWE doesn't do.
Well, to me, it's the better option. Yeah. But again, there's something about it that feels old to me. I think the tournament style to them feels 80s, if not older. For whatever reason, we're not getting it, but we do have finally some sort of answer as to what is happening. A 16-man tournament that will culminate at Survivor Series. I am predicting 4 men going into Survivor Series on that particular Sunday. What do you think? Do you think it'll be 4? Will it just be 2? Will it be 8?
I was hoping it'd be 8, but the way they're making it sound, it's probably going to be 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. That they had the quarterfinals last night, and this week on SmackDown. I'm assuming that the semifinals will be. I get all my finals mixed up. But whatever. I believe we'll go in with a 4-man tournament to Survivor Series. I have thoughts on the show before we get to the actual tournament and who we think will win the thing.
Okay.
I did not like the show last night, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Did you like it?
I did like it. I actually did.
Okay, well, here's my problem with the show. I was so excited for this Raw. Now, that may have been misplaced because I was expecting the announcement of a tournament at Survivor Series. But my problem with the show was it made me less excited for Survivor Series than I was going into Raw. I don't care about a 4-man tournament. I do care about a 16-man tournament. I do care about a one-night 8-man tournament. A 4-person tournament at Survivor Series, I don't care. This was a blown opportunity, in my opinion. I'll tell you why. This was a great way to put a huge focus on the importance of the actual title, the championship, and it would make whoever wins the thing look like a Superman among men by beating 4 or 3 people in one given night. That would make instant credibility out of whoever the new champion is, in my opinion. So I think that they blew that opportunity and took the wind out of my sails for that. Also, I don't like the UK Raws. I'll tell you why. The UK Raws lose that sense of excitement because they're pre-recorded.
Yes. And
I prefer Raw to be live. It's really the only reason I don't watch SmackDown. If SmackDown goes live, I'll probably watch it every week, and I hear it May in 2016. Yes. I would love that. But if it's a pre-recorded show, I feel that sense of excitement sucks out of me. Yeah. So there was that. Your thoughts?
They kind of blew the opportunity with the tournament, but I think they have so many storylines going in place, and they didn't want to take away from that.
See, I feel they have one other one. I feel Undertaker and Bray is on point. But do you feel like there's other ones that they're saving by doing this?
I think there are. The Divas, I think there may be a couple stories that have yet to unfold. But I think they had plans, and they're trying not to take too much away from the original plan. And they can still have a guy, come up in this tournament and make a name for himself.
Yeah. So do you think that's what's going to happen?
No, Roman Reigns is going to win.
I agree completely. And here was another problem I have with this tournament is, I've been talking to other friends about this, and, I was thinking, maybe Daniel Bryan will come back for this, or maybe if people are talking about John Cena maybe coming back early for this. Yeah. There's no surprises in this tournament. It's all there's nothing exciting that's going to happen in this. I can already tell. And I agree, Reigns is going to win. So I think the bigger question is who's going to be in the finals with him.
I'm thinking Dean Ambrose.
Me too. Yeah. And if I had to pick a second guess, it would be Ziggler.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I could see Ziggler being there. I think they've got him tied in with that Tyler Breeze, so I see him costing Ziggler somewhere in the tournament before the finals.
Yeah, I thought the match quality last night was actually pretty solid. Namely, yes. I want to shout out Cesaro and actually Sheamus.
Yes.
Having a great match, a long match last night that didn't lose me. I did start to fall asleep because of the hours I keep towards the last 45 minutes of the show. But from what I saw of Taker and Wyatt, I thought it was good. I thought it was well done. What do you think?
I really enjoyed that. I mean, I genuinely got excited. The one thing when Undertaker and Kane came out and the lights went off and the Wyatt family showed up, I was hoping for the lights to go off one more time and maybe one or two more Taker's team be there to even things out.
I feel like Sting belongs.
Yes.
And that would have been an opportunity to do that. But yeah, when the lights go out and it's Taker and Kane.
Yeah.
Cool. Lights go out again. Wyatt family shows up. That's mind games at its best. That's
exactly.
Cool. Having it happen one more time could have been really impactful. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
But the segment worked for me. The show in general was a little flat to me. I thought it, just in a word, a huge missed opportunity. Going into to Survivor Series, you want to keep fans like me, fans like us hooked, and I felt less excited for Sunday's pay-per-view than I did a week ago, in my opinion. So that's where I'm at right now. The one saving grace I have, I will miss Seth Rollins. You were not a big Seth Rollins fan. Not as big as me, I think.
I am a Seth Rollins fan. I love his matches. I kind of fell off on him. I didn't feel like his character progressed. I think he needed to get to that point to where he wasn't afraid and wasn't winning via this guy or this circumstance, where he was legitimately beating people. If they would have got to that point, it would have been an A+ title run from start to knee injury.
I do think that's a good term. I do think he had an A+ title run, in my opinion. But I do think no matter what, it was coming to an end at Survivor Series anyway with Roman Reigns. Also, I think if it comes down to Reigns and Ambrose in at the end of the tournament in the finals, I think you've got to see a Roman Reigns heel turn.
Oh, really?
I think you do. And first of all, a heel turn, I'll be on board with Roman Reigns if he turns heel. He'll be one of the best heels of all time, because if you get the smart wrestling fans to continue to boo him, they already are.
Yeah. And
then you get the marks to boo the ones who are already cheering him. If you can turn them off to him, he's going to be resoundingly hated.
Yeah.
And that to me, that's covering all the right bases for a good heel turn. So, not only that, Triple H planted the seed for the heel turn, I think, in that incredibly boring opening half-hour promo that they did.
Yeah.
But that was my thoughts on the show. We have different thoughts on the show, but we're all looking forward to Survivor Series. And, of course, we'll focus more on other aspects of tag team wrestling and Survivor Series on Thursday's episode of Post to Post. So, for myself, unless you have anything else to cover, Steve?
No, I think that's it.
There we go. Then for myself and my tag team partner, Steve.
Oh, you didn't know? You better call somebody.